Hello and welcome to Growin Up Gaming. Gentlemen, on today's episode, it is time for the results of the Sock Beer Video Game Awards Bonanza
Here we
Extravaganza.
go.
I'm
Big
not
money.
gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie to both of you. I'm very nervous, guys. I put too much faith in Hi-Fi Rush. It came through.
Oh, buddy.
It
I think you
came-
got at least one with it, though.
Yeah, it came
You
through
did.
on one of the
There's definitely
categories.
the pity vote.
But like, man, when it was happening, when the show was happening, and like the announcer or the winner was announced, I was like, of course, like we're so fucking stupid. But
Right.
it's okay. Well, we will get whatever, guys.
Don't lump us into your fucking category with
I'm-
Hi-Fi Rush.
Need Hi-Fi Rush. But before we get
Rush
to
these
any
nuts.
of that, I am your host and moderator, Mike. And as always, I am joined by the beautiful peacock, Mr. Brandon. But coming in, the newest spectrum to the Growin Up Gaming ghost world is the one and only, the platypus himself, Mr. Erik. Gentlemen,
Thank
how
you.
are
Pleasure
you
to be
all
here.
doing?
And we cannot forget the mighty muskrat, Mike,
I thank you very
Oh,
much.
right. Right.
who
the-
who moonlights as the positive possum.
One day, guys. One day. Well, the mighty muskrat today is diving into some vino. So
Oh, buddy. It's
break
one of those days.
Preparation for a sock beer, perhaps?
it's literally, I don't know. I didn't buy I did not buy the beer, which was the pumpkin spice latte beer, because I will not admit defeat until the numbers and the results are in.
Of course. We will keep track tonight.
So we will
Honestly, it was
go through
terrifying.
all of the winners. Basically, tonight's episode going to be a good one. Basically, I guess it's going to be in two parts. But part number one, we're going to go through the winners, go through who won each of the categories, talk about that, and then from there we are going to dive into all of the big announcements of the Game Awards. Definitely some big shockers. There were points where I screamed out loud like a small child, and other ones where I gasped audibly of excitement and shrilling excitement. But I guess
Double
before we get to any of that, gentlemen, do we want to start with some of the post Game Awards conundrums, kerfuffles? I don't know, what do we want to call it? What people are annoyed about of the Game Awards, or do we want to keep it pure and talk about that after?
Oh, what are
Honestly-
people annoyed about?
Oh, so dude, it's actually quite interesting. I thought kind of the same thing. I
Yeah.
knew everyone was mad about Dave the Diver because
Mhm,
it's not an indie game, which has been pretty much exposed now.
Right.
Which actually, even funny enough, Taiwan Kim, vice president of Nexon's new development headquarters, which oversees the Mint Rocket brand, stated that Dave the Diver, quote, may look like an indie, but it's not necessarily the case. Because, yeah, they're fueled by, for those that didn't know, Mint Rockets is owned by a billion or multi-million dollar company, and it's not actually indie. It's a smaller team that looks like an
Owned
indie.
by kind of speaks to that, right? Like that, if
Yeah.
you're owned by somebody, you're not independent.
Yeah.
Exactly. So another controversy that came up was it's been 5 years since the announcement teaser trailer of Elder Scrolls 6.
Oh,
5
yeah.
years, guys. And
That wasn't
no
part of the Game
mention-
Awards.
No, that's why there was no mention of it. So some people
Oh,
were
as-
pissed, being like, fuck, like it's been 5 years. There was
There's
a
no-
teaser 5 years ago. This would have been a great time to announce it, but they haven't done
Clearly
it. So,
are not building it for this console generation.
yeah.
Maybe.
Uh,
All right. So, Erik, to answer your question, the real reason people are upset is whoever was backstage there, kind of the producers of the show, were real heavy-handed with that walk-off music. So
Oh,
kind of
Oh,
a
yeah.
really big thing that was coming out of it was let's just say, so Video Game Awards is there to award the video game companies for all of their hard work, give them the spotlight to thank everyone and talk about their game. And
Right.
it really did feel, or actually, maybe I'll put it to you too. Again, we all watched it, but a lot of people are saying that it felt that like Jeff Keighley and the Game Awards were
They were
What?
forgetting the spirit of the awards, and they focused more on like an E3 announcement.
Yeah, they were more
like
focused on
bonanza.
the marketing rather than like the people winning the awards, right? Like people,
Yeah.
they would go and give a Hollywood actor who was announcing the next award show, like Anthony Mackie from the Twisted Metal show. They gave him more time on stage than they did Lariat for Game of the Year. Spoilers,
Oh,
but
you know
you know what I
what?
Yeah.
mean. So there was a lot of people
Yeah.
there. I know it also left some pretty bad taste in some people's mouth. I think it actually was the same the Lariat award speech when the CEO of Lariat basically was talking about how they're dedicating this award to a member of their team who passed away last month, and
Yeah.
like
And the music was
that
coming
music
in.
hits, and it's like, oh my god, come on, like it's just really, really bad.
Yeah.
That they
Yeah,
would
that's
do that and leave that host on for as many minutes as she was allowed to talk,
Oh,
reading a
Sydney
script that
Goodman for
oh
the
god, she was terrible.
pregame show or like the
Her
pre-show.
her jokes were so poorly written and delivered even worse. And
Oh,
she just had
yeah.
no idea what she was doing, didn't know how to engage with anybody that she actually had to engage with up there. It was terrible.
Well,
And then
yeah, but you
you
know what wasn't terrible about her?
what?
She's
Honestly,
super spice. I don't know. She's hot.
she's all right.
Well, Jeff
That's basically
Jeff
why she's there.
knows Jeff knows that Grown Up Gaming is available for the 2024 Game Awards to host and for nominees of
100%.
best debut podcast. Even though we've been around for a little while, guys.
Yeah, and honestly, I did hear another side of the coin was some industry people were talking about how this has become the game awards, and everybody looks to it as like biblical, like
Yeah, of
this is the
course.
golden standard.
Yeah, it's
And then
the
I
the
remember hearing,
Oscars or Grammys of
yeah, which
Yeah, but they don't have
so
to fucking be Oscar about it. Like, oh yeah, let's give you music and shut you up. Get off our stage. Go fuck yourself. You're not the
well,
Oscars. The Oscars
well,
suck anyway.
yeah, there's that. But
yeah, different
well,
argument.
so
Yeah,
yes, there's a walk-off music where the argument was, all right, if they let them talk for like a minute each, it would have been like another 10 minutes on a 3-hour show. So like, or 3.5. So like, who gives a shit? Which I
Right.
agree with. They should have given them a little bit more time or read the room, you know? Like if they're starting to drone on or whatever, then you start walking them off.
yeah.
Like if they go into an 8-minute long speech, yeah, you cut that off at like 2-3 minutes.
If they Chris Judge
Like
it,
last year.
buddy. If they Chris Judge
Yeah.
it,
Right.
That's why they did it. Because Chris Judge, like
yeah.
that 8-minute speech last time really fucked. Well, he gave away 8 Steam Decks. Uh, but
Definitely ruined it for everyone.
but the other thing was like I heard. So I was listening to a podcast, IGN, and they were one of the guys on there was on GameScoop, was bitching about that, like this is the golden rule, and like people need to realize that he's just one person. It's his show for money. Blah blah blah
Yeah.
blah blah. And then someone else pointed out, been like, we all voted. Like Keeley goes out and sends out hundreds of like voting cards to all different types of industry companies.
Yeah.
And then they all vote, and then it's kind of a tally, and that plays a role in who wins. So like I don't know, I heard that as coming out as a controversy just that little bit, and I'm like, no, this is pretty accurate.
Yeah.
But then
Like
how else do you get a winner?
Yeah.
exactly.
Like,
At the end of the day, it's all voting, and it's all subject to like it's all personal preference in your
For sure.
games.
For sure.
Like spoiler alert, game of the year, like Larian Studios, we already know.
Undeservedly.
Yeah, it's totally deserved. I think you said it wrong, Mike. But yeah, it's like one of the crowning achievements of gaming history. So yeah, it may not be everybody's cup of tea, but like it's still amazing, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Like if you have a brick of cocaine and it's perfectly pure, hey, I don't really care for cocaine. You know, it's not my thing. But like if this
you
is the
have
best
to
cocaine, that's the best
appreciate what
cocaine.
it
I'm sorry.
is.
Yeah, exactly.
that's why Manager Toad is not with us on today's episode. He's
Still riding the Alps, eh?
oh
Just
baby.
skiing those
Right in
slopes.
the Alps. Insert
Uh,
the Eric. What song is it? The Celine Dion Toad song. The
Oh,
My Heart Will Go
isn't
On.
my heart will go on? Yeah.
Yeah. I'll put that in right now. But honestly, okay, so there is the one side of I totally understand that, like that sentiment of there was a lot of winners who basically it was like they just read out the names and moved on, right? Even for best independent game, things like that, right? So read
yeah.
out the winners, announced it, and moved on to the next category. So those people didn't even have a chance to give a speech or do everything. And then those who did have a
Mhm.
chance, they did have a very short period of time. So
They
100%.
did a
Like
lot of rapid fire awards.
yeah, that's right. Like for those
Yeah.
rapid
Man, like,
fire ones, right? And it was actually, I would say, more than I thought it was going to be.
it was like
And a lot of
50%
pretty
of the
big
awards.
awards too.
Yeah,
Oh, at least 50%. Yeah.
yeah.
And like
So
5 awards were in the pre-show.
mhm.
Like best family game was announced in the pre-show before it even started.
I'm okay with
And
stuff
like
like that though.
yeah, but
Like
like
for
still, it's
the best
Mario,
the
you
best
know?
content creator and shit like that, right? Like that's
Yeah, stuff
okay
like
for
that
all the
can
pre-show.
yeah,
But
we'll go
but then
fast
they
through
put
those.
esports coach on the main show. Go
Was it?
Yeah.
fuck
No, I think that was
yourself.
part of the that was that main show?
Yeah, it was main show.
I don't
I
It
know.
think it
was
was
one
main
of the
show.
first segments of the award. It was, I don't know, maybe like 20 minutes in, 30
Okay,
minutes
either way,
in.
if it was still with
Yeah.
Sydney, that was like the pre-show, and then when it went to Jeff, that was the real thing.
Yeah.
Actually, I
But
think it was
honestly,
with
again,
Jeff.
like I think the other part of it is I don't think people realize how difficult it is, and also how much money they need to get from these sponsors, from these people to kind of put these types of show on. And the
Well,
other
because
part
it's
too
an
is like,
independent. It's
well, for
Kiwi.
sure, it's yeah, he's indie. He's an indie game like Dave the
He
Diver.
is an indie game.
But then honestly, I also think that a lot of people, like myself included, get extremely excited and extremely like I also watch the show because of the announcements, right?
Mhm.
So trying to find that happy medium is quite difficult, but
Yeah.
at the same time, like the general public is watching it for the announcements, not like who won best fighting game or best sim and strategy, and then watching like a 5-minute speech from whoever took that award, right? So again, it's a very delicate balance, and I understand both sides of the party, but at the end of the day, honestly, like I really enjoyed the Game Awards this year.
Same.
I think
I
Jeff and
had
his
nothing
team
to
Yeah.
did
say.
a I think Jeff and his
Yeah.
team did a great job, and I think they're getting a lot of slack because obviously at the end of the day, you can't please everyone, and everyone
Well,
has a
and
voice.
everyone has an opinion today.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And we're supposed to care about all their opinions, even when they're clearly wrong. That's why after I watched the Game Awards, I had such a good time watching it. The
100%.
only sad part was
Yeah,
that I was watching it
totally.
alone because I had
I
to work
know.
the next
I'm
morning.
sorry, Jeff,
Everybody.
everybody.
But next year, for the 10th anniversary Game Awards, I am off work. We
Let's
shall
go.
make this happen.
Let's go.
But yeah, I left
We
with such a
already
good
booked the
taste
day
in my
off.
mouth.
Yeah, I agree
And
with
then
you.
and then the next day, I'm like, oh, I want to hear like what some people had to say. So I started clicking on some video game podcasts as I was driving, and like, everyone was so bitter and angry. I'm like, what the hell? Like,
Yeah.
what happened?
Yeah.
Like, it was a really good night.
Yeah.
They did a great job. I still don't know if Jeff Keighley was wearing sneakers again, like every other year, because they were so shiny. I couldn't tell if they were sequin shoes. And literally, my wife was she watches it with me almost every year as well. She's like, and she's like, every year she just looks for his shoes because he always wears sneakers with a suit. And like, and we were the whole time we were just looking at these sneakers, being like, I can't fucking see them. Like they're so shiny. I think they could be shoes, like that are dress shoes, but they could also be sequins running shoes. And we couldn't find any answers, and it still bothers me. But it was so much fun, you know. That's like it's one of the fun things about the show, and it's just I don't know, just does such a good job of making it like fun and like.
Brandon,
Yeah.
was that your biggest gripe of the whole show?
100%.
You couldn't see his shoes.
Honestly, I would have preferred a zoom in on the shoes at one point, just so I could know.
Brandon,
they
I'm,
running
I'm
shoes or
trying
not?
to scour. Trying to scour the internet as we speak to find a picture, but even that it's not happening, buddy.
That's why nobody else cares about the shoes. Apparently, it's just me. But
Yeah.
it's just I don't know. It was just so much fun. So I was really surprised to hear any pushback or flack about it because at the end of the day, it's like you said, it is become like, especially with the death of E3, officially dead now, like folded by the company via statement this week. We don't have that many announcement shows, and Keighley does Summer Game Fest and does a ton of announcements in the summer, and then now this is the other half of the coin where you get the Christmas, like before Christmas time, things to get excited about. So it's kind of the perfect time. So yeah, it's a nice balance, but I would like to see in the future that they spend a little bit more time in the awards. You know, if you're
Yeah.
going to do 3.5 hour show, I would like to see maybe an hour of the awards. You know, just give them all like some time, and even if there's less shotgun blast of games, because half the like, could we say maybe 35% of the games that were shown, I don't give a fuck about. Does that seem
Yeah.
fair?
But at the
Like,
same time, you also can make the argument that you don't give a fuck about it, but there's a lot of people who do.
it's true, but like,
Dude, fuck
yeah,
those
and
people.
I
Their
also
opinions are wrong.
well, and also there is the thing. It is nice because you also get a lot of indie games on this show which is good because it gives them the most viewership and like they'll ever get. Like they would have never have gotten the type of views that they would have, like one that we're going to be talking about in the second half of the show, Pony Island 2, the circus, which
I honestly don't even
oh my
remember that.
god, buddy,
I don't
just
remember.
picture
I don't
Windows
remember
DOS
it
on
either.
acid.
I'm pretty sure like Eric and I, we just both blacked out when that trailer came on. You straight
That was my
Honestly,
tea break.
straight euphoric.
It might
like,
be the weirdest trailer I think I've ever seen.
amazing.
It
All
blew
right,
me away.
Sounds like it.
So with that, gentlemen, you want to jump into the categories?
Let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it up, gentlemen.
Mike,
All right,
Mike, you have the list
paper.
of what we all voted last time, right?
I do.
Okay, here we go.
Here we go. All right. So for most anticipated, and I guess what we'll do is like I'll read out the category, I'll read what we picked, and then I will click into it. For those who are watching on youtube.com, you get a full video preview of everything that we're looking at, everything we're talking about. For those listening on Spotify, there is a video preview unless you're Brandon, or otherwise we will do our best to I guess describe what's going on. So let's start off with most anticipated game. I said Hades 2, Brandon said Hades 2, and Eric said Star Wars Outlaws. And
Let's
the
go.
winner for most anticipated game went to Hades. Oh, Final Fantasy.
Oh yeah, right. That was a
Final
surprise.
Fantasy Rebirth.
Yeah, Final Fantasy Rebirth got it. Once
Which
again,
honestly made sense. I should
yeah.
have seen that coming.
this
We all should have seen that coming.
this was one of those categories where I when after it happened, I was like, makes sense. But I really did in
But
my heart of
Hades
hearts think
also
that
makes
Hades was
sense.
going to take it. Yeah.
Can
Hades
we
one has
just?
such a following. Sorry,
I think we need to remind all the Guggernauts listening to this or watching that we did make a bet beforehand.
Yes, we did.
So-
Eric, great call out.
During the last podcast, we made a bet. Whoever lost this challenge here, because we all voted individually, whoever lost had to drink a beer. I think it was a pumpkin spice beer out of the sock of the victors.
Which
gonna be
Brandon,
double
Brandon
filtered
somehow
through a
doesn't
sock.
remember.
no. Well, I did. I think I was double fisting last episode. I had a bottle of scotch and beer. So
Nice.
It's
yeah,
amazing. We get a text like 2 days after the episode releases, and Brandon's like, "What the hell? That's what we voted on." I was like, "I'm pretty sure that was your idea, Brandon."
yeah. Honestly, it does sound like my idea. And to be fair, though, that pumpkin spice beer was like 9%, so it
There
did
you
hit
go.
hard.
Right.
There
So
he goes
going
again.
through a sock should be okay.
Yeah. All right. So again,
I'll
let's
take
see.
it off.
As of right now, none of us have any points on the board.
we
Again,
go.
Final Fantasy, congratulations on your big win there. Although Hades definitely should have been the winner. Moving
Yeah, I
on.
was terrified for that one.
Next one is
Mhm.
best adaptation. So all three of us voted The Last of Us, and the winner for
Correctly
best
so.
adaptation is The Last
The
of Us.
Last of Us, which
There we
makes
go.
sense.
Great job, gentlemen. So
But
we
still
each
pissed
have.
that D&D wasn't on there.
Yeah, it should have been on there.
D&D is not a bad suggestion though. That would be a really good vote because that was, if you played D&D, there are certain parts of that movie that were so the game, like so Dungeons and Dragons. I remember one part where they're fighting on a staircase and Chris Pine is like handcuffed or tied up in ropes or whatever. And you could see that he is rolling crit fails and he can't get out of the ropes while everybody else is starting to fight and he just keeps flailing around. He's crit failing. It's incredible. The small little things like that. Well done.
Yeah. And the owlbear. Fucking need owlbear.
Ask the owlbear.
the owlbear
creature. Yeah.
Next up, gentlemen, we have best multiplayer. I went with Diablo 4. Brandon went with Baldur's Gate 3. Eric went with Super Mario Wonder. And the winner of best multiplayer goes to Baldur's Gate 3.
Yeah,
Makes sense.
motherfuckers.
So Brandon, first one on the board with points, where Eric and I are suckers. Again, I think it makes sense. I'm still pretty happy with my Diablo pick, but yeah, Baldur's Gate again should have known, gentlemen.
Yep. Honestly,
Put a
Baldur's
tally up
Gate
on the screen.
came swinging pretty hard this year, so makes sense.
It did.
Yeah,
But not as hard as one other game that made multiple appearances tonight. More to come.
Hot Wheels Racing.
Oh, buddy, Hot Wheels racing, they be racing like crazy, apparently.
Speaking of Hot Wheels
Hi-Fi Rush.
racing, best sports game. So I chose Hot Wheels Racing for some fucking reason. Brandon and Eric both picked Forza, and the winner is Forza.
Forza.
Yep.
God
How's
damn
that
it.
sock taste, Mike?
It wins.
also,
It wins best racing game every year, doesn't it? At least every year that it comes out.
I think
Yeah.
it's done pretty well. I think
Yeah.
it's done pretty well. This category, I feel like, yeah, I don't know. I just, well, between F1, like EA Sport. Oh, it's best sports and racing, I guess. Apparently, the Crew Motorfest is supposed to be pretty good, but yeah, no. When you're looking across it, you guys made the right decision.
It's just like it's such a well-oiled machine right at this point. Like Forza just has like Xbox has all that money with it from the car companies, and like they have such a direct line, I imagine, on the testing and all the numbers, and they
Oh,
dialed
yeah.
in so well that
Yeah.
it's just hard to beat.
Yeah.
Besides Gran Turismo, like from and I guess Forza Motorsport isn't as much on the sim side. The Motorsport one's more of the arcadey side, isn't it? No,
It's a
Horizon's
pure
more.
sim.
Yeah, sorry,
Horizon
Horizon
is
is
pure
more of the
arcade,
one.
yeah.
So exactly, even on that standpoint, besides Gran Turismo, there's like from a sim standpoint on especially on Xbox, yeah, Motorsport is taking it.
Yeah.
All right, gentlemen.
To be
Next
honest, I
up,
didn't even know they did a sim.
best sim and strategy. Speaking of, I pick me and Brandon both pick Pikmin 4. Eric picked Advance Wars 1 and 2, even
Yeah, let's
though
go.
and the winner Pikmin 4, baby.
Yep, there you go.
Let's go, Brandon, running away with it on the early runs.
Yeah, we've still got a lot of awards.
I'm not gonna lie to you guys. This one I actually didn't remember what I voted for, and I totally thought I picked Fire Emblem, and then I'm very happy that I picked Pikmin.
You think you are Brandon's opinion?
Yeah, that was my favorite of them, but I'm like, no, Pikmin 4 will win, but Engage was my choice.
Okay, I'm gonna keep a little tally here. What are we at right now?
All right,
Who's
so
got
right
points?
now Brandon is
I'm
doing
ahead by 1, and you guys are tied.
No, Brandon, actually you're up by 2, sir. You have
Never mind.
hit the last 5.
Oh, look at this. You know what happened, Mike? It's because you chirped me that last
Brandon,
time.
I know, Brandon, you've hit the last 5, so you are 5 for 6. I am 3 for 6, and Eric, you are also 3 for 6 as of right now.
Okay.
Oh man. Fucking A. Let's go.
But coming up, okay, so the next 3 categories were actually all aligned, so we can kind of blow through. But best family game, all 3 of us voted Super Mario Wonder. That is the big winner of the night, Super Mario Wonder. Not that shocking on that standpoint, but great job, Mario. I actually think that was the only award Mario won, didn't it?
Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
you know what? Sonic should have won that.
Yeah, I know. We all know Eric. When we're Brandon talking of like who should win and who like, you know what I mean? Who is going to win? We all know Sonic should have won. But that's okay. Next up, best fighting game. This one, guys, I will definitely say. So we're all unanimous with Mortal Kombat 1. And the big winner of the night was Street Fighter 6.
Which
like, I wasn't
we should have also
by that.
Yeah. We all fucked up.
Michael Shu, good friend of the show. I work with him, and he sends me a message. He was watching it, and he sends me a message on Slack, and he's like, Mortal Kombat 1, are you guys fucking dumb?
It's very accurate.
God damn it.
Like in hindsight, it's just like I don't understand why we didn't see this one coming.
Yeah.
100%. Fucking Street Fighter had $1 million tournament prize pool for the first place winner. Won $1 million. It was a $2 million prize pool with the first place winner winning $1 million for the Street Fighter Cup. And we're over here picking a game that has $10 microtransactions for their
That's the only reason they lost.
Yep. Yeah,
sorry, gentlemen.
Like I said, we're not always right.
Right.
I don't know. I think we're still always right. All right, guys. Next up, best RPG. We have Baldur. So we all went with Baldur's Gate 3. Of course, fantastic job, everybody. Personally, I did think Starfield was going to run away with that one, but
said
too many glitches.
Ever.
Yeah, said nobody other.
Yeah.
So we got that one all right.
New Final Fantasy is barely an RPG at this point.
Yeah, it is more on the action side, which is like, I don't know, what do you guys, going back to like what is the indie? What would you guys consider what is RPG?
Stat-based role-playing game.
Yeah, but
like,
is Final Fantasy not still that?
So I think I've just heard, I haven't played it yet. It is coming my way very shortly, and I will be playing it because I'm super pumped. But everyone I've talked to said you still get like Final Fantasy, like story and all that stuff, but it is DMC, like it's
Yeah.
Devil May Cry.
Yeah.
But do you not get the equipment bonuses and like when you level up, do you not get stat increases?
I'm not sure.
And
I have
I'm
Eric.
assuming, but
I've not played it, but I believe it's to kind of like it's like to the level of what God of War did with their stats. So it's like there is stats, there is different builds, but it's a little bit more streamlined rather than the
Yeah,
true
then I would
open
I'd still
flow.
drop that in RPG. Like God of War is an RPG.
I
that's an
wouldn't play
action
God of
adventure
War
game.
as an RPG. Absolutely
It's a
not.
hard action adventure
No,
game.
no way,
Yeah,
I
hard
don't know.
action
buddy. Get
adventure.
off the Alps.
I was to say, is that graying your beard, or you just partying with Toad too much?
Yeah, tell Toad to come home.
His little shrooms are missing him.
But
Yeah,
can
no, I
that
no
be an
there.
action adventure game, but also an RPG.
So that's why the RPG elements gets factored into. That was a big thing for a while. But like, it's an action adventure game with RPG elements.
Yeah. Like, would
'Cause
you put Spider-Man?
RPGs
Would you say Spider-Man's an RPG, Eric?
Like,
You're not role playing. Well, actually, you are kind of role playing, but
You-
it's not. It's an
that's
action.
right,
It's
but
an
that's the
action
thing. Like,
adventure.
it's all role play, but it's your stat. But then again, you do
Technically,
get
you play a role in
stat
every game.
choices.
Yeah,
Okay,
you're
here.
not wrong. Crash
I
Bandicoot's a
Googled-
role playing game.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why
I Googled
RPG just became
Video game RPG definition. A role playing game is a game in which each participant assumes the role of a character that can interact within the game's imaginary world. Fuck, every game's an RPG with that definition.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so this is
okay.
one even here for the best game designed with rich player character customization and progression, which includes MMOs.
Yeah. Okay.
So
That's fair.
right.
That's
The
fair.
customization, you can't really customize. Well, no, you can still. I don't
But
know.
in
Yeah,
God
yeah, I
of
think
War,
we're
you
equating-
can choose what armor he's wearing.
All right,
guys.
Spider-Man,
Yeah,
what
exactly.
suit he's wearing.
I have an
like,
idea.
That's
Brandon,
customization.
in
Mhm.
3 weeks after you've played that game, you come back to us and you tell us if it's an RPG or an action adventure game. Okay.
All right, we'll do.
Boom. The judge has spoken. All right.
There we go.
Let's keep going. All right. So next up, actually, speaking of best action adventure, is the next game coming up, and we are split here, gentlemen. So
Oh boy.
Ooh.
I chose Alan Wake 2. Brandon chose Spider-Man 2. And Eric chose Zelda. And the winner of best action adventure goes to
Come on.
Tears of the Kingdom.
That's
Oh.
right.
So pissed.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
makes
Start to take a
sense.
lead on Mike here.
Eric
Catching
is
up
up
to Brandon.
1, Brandon on me, but still behind Senor
Brandon
Brandon.
by 1. We're at 7-6-5. Brandon, me, Mike.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Let's go.
Anything to add on this one, gentlemen?
I would add that this would taste terrible through a sock.
Slap the shit out of you. All right, guys. Best action game. So straight up action. I chose the one and only Hi-Fi Rush. Brandon chose Ghost Runner 2, and Eric chose Armored Core. Once again, I'm so stupid, guys. The winner, Armored Core. Eric.
Here we go.
It makes
Eric
sense.
crawling back.
Coming back up, bud.
Crawling, I'm running at this point. Caught up
Buddy.
to Brandon.
Makes a lot of sense. makes a lot of sense. I ain't even mad at it. I'm just more upset at myself. Well,
Hi-Fi Rush.
Yeah, seriously, high-fi rush, Mike. How he can high-fi these nuts.
yes.
Also, get
Also-
ready for some Gug SMR. That's good crack.
That's
That's good crack.
Shout out Crossroads Music Podcast. Shout out Eric and your beer krackens. Also, cheers, gentlemen, to the Game Awards.
Cheers.
Oh, I'm coming. I'm filling my boot.
Fancy man has to put it in a glass.
Oh my god!
Oh yeah, Das Boot. Cheers, boys.
All right, cheers, gentlemen. All right, guys, coming up next, another one. All right, okay, you know what? You know what this next category irks me the most about is I have to admit that Brandon is right. Okay.
Yeah, you
Guys-
have to admit that's kind of sting.
Oh, it fucking Brandon, you don't even know, buddy. It kills me. Best VR AR. All right. Eric and I, we
This
went
is a
with
shot in the
Horizon.
dark.
We went with Horizon. Brandon went with Village, and I quote: "The best VR is Spooks VR." And
Right.
Yep.
you got it.
Guess
big
what?
guy.
The best spooks is or
People have
VR is
spoken.
spooks. Yep.
You got it.
They just
big
want to
guy.
get stepped on by that giant lady.
I know. You know. So
Actually, that's probably what it is. It's just like one guy just bought
You
it
know
a
what?
million times, just
Probably.
VR, just wanking it, just watching as she steps on him.
relax. So Resident Evil VR does take the cake, beats out Gran Turismo, beats out Horizon, Call of the Mountain, Humanity, as well as Synapse. So Brandon, congratulations there, sir. Next category, we have best mobile game. So Brandon, you and I, we select Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis. Eric,
Mhm.
you selected Mr. Honkai or Miss Honkai Star Rail, whatever you want to call it.
Yep.
And the winner goes
Is there
to
a miss?
Honkai Star Rail.
Just regular
Yes.
Honkai.
You know, I have
Which-
not, before the Game Awards, I have never even heard of that game.
Dude,
I
so
had
many
heard of it.
YouTube ads.
Yeah. But I have to say, since this, because I had played Ever Crisis, since this, I have now played Terra Nil and Monster
Hmm.
Hunter. I have
How
not
is
played
Terra Nil?
the Adventure. Terra Nil, I played it for like 10 minutes. I'm like, this is kind of dumb. And I turned it
Okay.
off.
What is
Does it
Terra
look
Nil,
cool?
Brandon?
So it's actually done through Netflix Gaming, which is
Ooh.
interesting.
Yo,
So if you download it on your phone, it connects to Netflix. It's just like a
Guys.
hot link.
guys, like, I don't know if it's a hot take, but there are not enough people out there talking about how good Netflix gaming is. That's
I agree.
next episode we got to talk about it. I've been wanting to do a segment on it because you got some good games on that shit
Yeah, and they
Do
haven't
you
been
play it
advertising.
through Netflix or do
on
you
your
play it?
phone.
Yeah.
I know, but does it go through the Netflix app?
Yes.
No, so you download them
Oh, my
separately,
bad.
but it verifies that you have it basically it will verify that you have a Netflix account and then it allows you to play it. So as long as you have a
Oh.
Netflix account, then you can play it. But they have like Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge. They're releasing Dead Cells. They really actually no, I think Dead
Oh,
Cells is
shit.
out. They're releasing Hades is coming to it. So like they got some good some actually some pretty
Okay.
solid stuff.
Say you have Netflix on your TV, but you don't have any game consoles. Can you play it through Netflix on your TV?
To my knowledge, no.
No.
Brandon, do you know? I'm
Bullshit.
gonna look it
No,
up
from
right
what I've
now.
seen, no. Because like
Okay.
on my TV, I don't have the option. On any of my TVs, I don't have the option to go to gaming. But if I
Okay.
log in on my phone, it literally shows up front and center as like, would you like to do Netflix gaming? And when I downloaded Terra Nil, it downloaded it, and then it like once I click on it, it literally links to the big like end come up on the screen, and then it seamlessly like slipped into the app. So
Yeah.
Okay, so
So
it's just Netflix by association. Then it's got no Netflix.
I think
The
they
Netflix
license
platform
they
doesn't
basically
do anything
license
with
it
it.
out, yeah.
Yeah.
So right now it says for games, you can play on your TV and through a browser. Oh, so you can play it. Either way,
oh,
let's
I've never seen it on my
let's
TV.
move on. I'll throw some help articles into the
We'll
show
talk
notes.
about it.
But
Mhm.
they also just released Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, Vice City, and GTA 3, the definitive edition as well on Netflix games for your phone.
Oh my god.
So
Man, so maybe that's why they didn't advertise it, and now they're just gonna start dumping and just let people like slow burn it, you know?
yeah, man. It's
Speaking of advertising, let me just advertise the current state of affairs here. We have Brandon with 8, me with 8, and Mike still stuck down at 5.
oof,
Ooh.
oof.
I'm feeling
How's it
comfortable.
taste down there, buddy?
All right, guys. I
At the
got
same time, too, all it takes is like a little bit of a barrage. Like if Mike just nails esports coach or
Buddy,
something.
no, we didn't do
I don't think we
esports. All
voted. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think we did either.
let's
Makes
let's,
sense.
let's keep rocking. All right, so best debut indie game. So Eric, you and I, we went with Dredge, which also had a very cool announcement, the Dredge Dave the Diver crossover, which we will get to later
Yeah, I
in the
heard about
episode.
that.
Yeah, it's cool. So Eric, you and I went with Dredge. Brandon went with Pizza Tower, and the winner of best
Pizza Tower.
debut indie game went to Cocoon.
Oh,
Yep, we were all
shit.
wrong.
We were all wrong.
And man, the internet, like certain corners of the internet, obviously exploded with outrage that Pizza Tower was robbed.
Yeah,
which
but
I thought
Pizza
was
Tower is
funny.
also only on PC.
Yeah,
Where like
and I haven't played any of them, so I don't actually know which is good or not.
Compared to the other two, like Cocoon and Dredge, Pizza Tower just looks like shit. Hot take, I guess.
I don't know. I've got no take on it. So
Yeah,
I just saw a lot of people being pissed online, but I figured
Well,
that's
it
also
just
just
looked like
everyone
a
gets pissed online.
poorly animated fucking platformer. I
no,
mean,
it's pretty. I look, so it's on Game Pass.
Yeah.
And basically it is more of a puzzle game. Let's give this bad boy.
Oh, it starts with a vagina?
Yeah.
That's bold.
wait, this is
This is
pizza?
Pizza Tower?
No, this is Cocoon.
Oh,
Oh,
no,
okay.
no,
I
no.
was gonna say, I'm like,
Cocoon,
wow,
no,
Pizza
that's what
Tower
I'm saying.
looks
Cocoon and
interesting.
Dredge look cool, but Pizza Tower just looked like a badly animated platformer.
Yeah.
Like, how
Me-
would that stand up against a game like this?
Yo, Pizza Tower actually got like it's gotten pretty solid reviews though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
people love Pizza Tower. Like they just say, like everyone I've talked to that has played it just say it's just ridiculously fun.
Yeah,
So
Cocoon's
fair
pretty
enough, I
cool.
guess.
this looks artsy too,
It's like an
which
artsy, cool little puzzle game where you like zoom into the next world down and all that cool stuff. Boom, baby.
yeah, cool.
Yeah, I gotta play this.
Yeah,
Is
it's
that on
pretty.
PS5?
It is on PlayStation and is also on Xbox Game Pass and I believe Switch as well.
Yes, I'll
Okay.
check it out.
Let me just confirm that for you, big guy. Yes, sir. Xbox, PlayStation 5, PS4, Windows, and then Switch. So everywhere you want to go.
I'm gonna try to crush out Cocoon and Dredge, plus a couple of other games during the holiday season.
Do want to check out Dredge. Eric, let us know about Dredge. All right.
Well,
So next
do
up,
it.
best debut indie game, gentlemen. So I went with Sea of Stars. You two idiots
Wait,
went
didn't
with
we just
Dave.
do best debut indie game?
Sorry, this one is just best indie game.
Okay, gotcha.
My apologies. Thank you, Brand.
Mhm.
So best indie game, I went with Sea of Stars. The idiots went with Dave the
Mhm.
Divers, and of course,
Yep.
You must have
the
won.
winner.
Yep.
Oh, buddy, I have to say, when I was wrong on that one, I was actually really happy. Because
Oh,
like, I really
that
wanted
So
Sea of
was
Sea of
Stars
I.
to
Stars got
win.
it.
You know, it's funny. By the time we were watching the awards, it was what, maybe a week after we voted, a few days at least, and I'd gotten further into Sea of Stars. I've since finished it, and if I could, I'd go back in time and change my vote. Sea of Stars was a fucking incredible game.
Yeah, eh?
Mhm.
Yeah, love it, love it.
Yeah.
So
And since then, I've played another probably 8 hours of Dave the Diver, and I'm like, wow, Sea of Stars is a better game.
Have you
So,
played Sea of Stars yet?
yeah, Eric, what
Yeah,
changed
I'm
your
like
mind?
25 hours in.
Oh, nice. Okay, you're getting spicy.
Eric, what changed your mind?
Just the way the story continues, like the gameplay kind of stays the same the whole way through. Different characters, different abilities. Nothing really makes the game any better than it is at about the 10-15 hour mark,
Yeah,
but the story is just fucking great. The
yeah,
characters are fantastic. It was a better journey than I've been on in a long time with a video game.
very cool,
Which is
very
huge,
Yeah,
cool. Yeah,
especially from an indie game, like an indie company. Like that's,
like a proper
and now that
indie
we
game.
know that, I was gonna say, now that we know that Dave the Diver is officially not an indie game, and
relax.
this,
For-
it's whatever, fair's fair, you know. Like I
That's
also
fair.
think it's funny. Like I looked at it, and they apparently came out with multiple games before Dave the Diver, and then they switched their company brand over to this one. So this was the first
Wow.
game from
Just to win a
from
fucking
Mint
award.
Rocket. And like at the same time, like hate the player, not the game, you know, like whatever.
Absolutely.
They played their game, they played it well, but at the same time, as like some type of research like should have gone into this, or like some type of consensus.
A little
Because
bit
if
of
it's,
vetting, right?
yeah, like if you're owned, this is something that we're gonna address with the Guggies. We'll tighten up our rules.
Yeah.
But for, excuse me, like a company that is owned by a multi like $1 million huge company, you can't really keep the indie title, you know?
Yeah.
Doesn't really
Absolutely.
count.
So what's gonna
Now,
happen?
if you want to make the award indie style game, fine, different thing.
Exactly.
Yeah, I see what you guys mean. Maybe we'll do
Or
an indie.
indie like,
We'll
you
do an
know?
indie. Ask the indie
Right.
like. All right,
It's
gentlemen.
like, yeah.
Oh, actually, sorry. That was my train of thought. Eric, you're allowed
Hmm.
one mulligan. Would you still give it 8.2 chicken nuggies out of 10?
Ooh, I'll bump it up to a clean 8.5. Like, it really does its genre justice.
Slap some plum
And
sauce on those nuggets.
Let's go, baby.
right, with that sriracha, like a spicy plum sauce.
That
Yeah,
sounds
no,
delightful.
a solid 8.5. It is a JRPG that is worth playing, and it really does measure up with the classics of the past One of which I'm actually excited to talk about. It was one of the announcements, but I won't bring it up yet.
Let's go, baby. You got to tune in.
Oh.
And for those listening who didn't hear last, go check back. I'll throw it in the show notes as well as right here on your YouTube screen to go back and listen to Erik's amazing review of Sea of Stars, which has been bumped up to an 8.5 dinosaur chicken nuggies out of 10.
100%.
All right, gentlemen, let's keep this gravy train rolling. So next up, community support. I went with Cyberpunk 2077. The idiots went with Baldur's Gate 3, but I guess I'm the idiot on this one.
Mike thought he was catching up. Here we go.
But I'm pretty sure we made it a very valid point too. What like Eric saying that this game has been basically crafted by the community for
Right.
years, and like by the time it got to console is because it had been perfected on PC for widespread release, and like I think we sold it pretty well.
Yeah, I just wasn't listening, guys. I just wasn't listening.
And unfortunately, Cyberpunk, like it's amazing. Like I sung its praises in the past, but it's from the past. You know, it's been around for a while.
I don't know, guys. I don't know,
Baldur's
man.
Gate
I'm
is
so
the
excited
future.
to play. I'm so excited to play Phantom
Baldur's
Liberty.
Gate?
No, Phantom. Yes, one day.
I do want to play Phantom Liberty.
I do really want to play Phantom Liberty. So
you know
it's
what?
not.
It'll
It
give me
wasn't
the opportunity to fucking get my platinum in that game finally.
Look,
One bad choice.
there are categories that, looking back, if I could go back and I would re-choose Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter, absolutely. But
Ones
like
that, I feel dumb. Yeah.
this one,
Yeah,
one, I feel pretty like I wouldn't think I would change this one.
Well,
the other side too,
CDPR
like,
is
there's
good
no
at that,
community
right?
support.
Yeah, I was sorry.
I was gonna say the community outraged. Sorry, Eric. I was gonna say the community outraged at CD Projekt Red. They filed lawsuits. There was no community support.
Yeah, but they brought it all back, man, through like years
I know.
Right.
of
They're great.
like
I love them. I've
the
always
game is
loved them.
incredible.
Through it all, I loved them.
Yeah.
But like community engagement and support, like
That's
community
fair.
didn't have
That's
their
fair.
back.
That's fair.
But community built
didn't
Baldur's
have their
Gate.
back.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fair. Well,
Like while they were on their back, it just started stabbing them. Like it was just like they just didn't give up and they Rudied it, you know?
Right.
Just
that's the Rudy.
Despite the community, they did their.
Erik, you muted yourself.
Oh.
All right, moving on.
You're
Best
a wizard,
ongoing. Best ongoing. All right, so Brandon, you and I, we chose Cyberpunk once again. Erik, you chose Fortnite, and the winner goes to me in the Big Brawn Dawn.
Oh yeah. Honestly,
Oh, shit.
I'm not even happy that Erik was wrong here, but I'm just glad that Fortnite didn't win.
Guys, I don't know,
Fortnite
man.
deserved
There was 3 announcements for Fortnite throughout the Game Awards.
Kidding.
One was for
It's
like
too many
Fortnite, one
announcements.
was for their driving one, and I can't remember what the third one was. But yo, Fortnite looks hype.
Fortnite Lego looks legit.
Yo, Fortnite Lego looks crazy, but then the racing Fortnite is also done by the same team that does
Rocket League.
Rocket League. Thank you, Brandon.
Because the cars there and the moves are all from Rocket League.
Yeah. And it's
Yeah.
like you're driving, but then also fucking like jumping back and forth and the whole thing. It looks really cool. But I do agree with you. The Lego Fortnite also looks very, very, very good.
Yeah, I just don't know if I'm ready to give up my man card, you know?
I know.
It's just-
I know. I want to
feel
play
like-
it. I might download. I'm not gonna lie, guys. I might take a bullet. Similar to watching the Marvels, I might take the bullet for the team. And,
Oh, you watched the Marvels?
No, not yet, but I will
Okay.
for you guys.
I was gonna say, didn't you hear? That's the new punishment gift instead of coal if you're bad boys for Santa.
Can I trade in my sock beer for watching the Marvels?
No.
But you can do one before the other.
Yes. Neat. What about at the same time? Why not both?
Even better.
All right, gentlemen.
One on the boat.
Let's keep going. Games for Impact. This one I voted with my heart, not with my mind. And I voted Vemba because it is a wonderful game with impact. Both Brandon, Erik, you guys chose
Indian food
Tchia.
impacts that toilet bowl. That's
Yes,
for sure.
yes, you chose Tchia. And again, the idiots reign supreme.
Yes.
Great game.
It is a good game. Again, that one I knew
It's
in my
like
heart of
really
hearts. In my
even
heart
like
of hearts,
crazy.
I knew Tchia was going to win it, but that's okay. I had to do it. I had to give it to Vemba.
Have you played it yet?
No, it makes sense. Sometimes follow your heart.
All right, guys. Next up, accessibility. So we all chose Spider-Man, and the winner for accessibility went to Forza Motorsport.
Oh, which is nice, you know.
Yeah.
Also, I'd say an easier game to make more accessible. Like I feel like you could play because racing, you got to push gas with one finger and then steer a stick with the other thumb. So you could play this game with only 2 fingers.
Well, you also have to see where you have to turn.
Well, yeah, you have to have eyes, obviously. There's no like descriptive video being like, a left turn is approaching, angle your stick. Like you don't need a video game for that. You can just hire one of us and we'll read it to you and you'll win every time. But for Spider-Man, I still think that the amount of accessibility options was overlooked. I think it got robbed.
Unless accessibility is just a thing everyone's doing well now.
Yeah,
I think a lot of companies are doing accessibility well, which again, I know we've talked about it a million times before. It's great. I'm glad that companies are spending like the time and the effort to make that a thing.
Definitely.
Because everyone should be able to enjoy. And also, realistically, it's like a whole untapped market before. Like people that may have wanted to play video games or used to be able to, or like say like one of us got into a bad accident, like we fucking love video games, or something bad happened to us, we lost an arm, or like who knows, Mike got like some type of infection from the sock beer that he's gonna drink and then he couldn't see. Like it's nice to have like some really good accessible features so that people can get back in the game.
But I got a third thumb, 12 inches, baby, 12 inches.
No, Mike, speaking of being in the game, Mike's still in this race here. We're at Brandon's at 11, I'm at 10, and Mike is at 7. He is making these sneaky plays here and there, so it's not over yet.
No, not over till the fat lady sings.
All right, best performance, gentlemen. I went with the one and only Mr. Idris Elba, Bosie himself. Erik, Brandon, you guys went with Jedi and Mr. Cal Kestis, and the winner went to Neil Newborn from Baldur's Gate 3.
Not mad at it. But man, when he accepted that award, what a kooky motherfucker.
He is a kooky motherfucker.
like I was disappointed that my boy didn't win, but at the same time, he did do such a good job. And
I didn't see Cal's name up there though during the act.
Yeah, I didn't either, as I remember, but I don't officially remember.
That's all right.
Yeah, but either way, I'm just happy that this guy won because he actually did kill it, and it seemed to mean a lot to him.
For sure. And like think about how many thousands of lines and shit this guy recorded too. So
yeah. With all those which actually because of that, like I played with him Asterion, like I played with him in my party for a little bit, but then my main, like my hunter and him started overlapping in a lot of skills as I leveled. So I ended up ditching him for the party because I didn't double up. But now I really want to go back and play with him and my party as like a main focus.
Yeah.
Nah, fuck him.
Well, I plan to do that too. Have you seen him?
All right. So best audio.
Shadowheart was a cold fish. She fucking broke up with me in the end.
Best
just because I didn't save her stupid parents. Whatever.
Guys, I need to get this next category because it is the only pride and joy I have in this whole thing. Next category: best audio design. Your boy, Hi-Fi Rush.
Here we go.
Brandon and Erik, Alan Wake 2, and the winner.
Oh, Mike.
He had to get one.
Let's go.
Exactly.
Let's go, gentlemen. Mr. The one and only Hi-Fi Rush. I was lying in bed watching the Game Awards, fist pumping the sky.
Proudest you've ever been.
Absolutely. It was like watching a child graduate. It was So Hi-Fi Rush wins best audio design. From their best score or music, all three of us went with Baldur's Gate 3, and all three of us were wrong, as the winner goes to Final Fantasy 16.
Which is
slight surprise.
Like they normally actually do, like Square Enix normally just kills it with orchestral like music ensembles and everything. So it does make sense. They have the bigger budget for the full orchestra and all that. And honestly, Final Fantasy, it's nice to see it win something. I feel like this was one of those ones where they looked at the totality of everything. We're like, fuck, man. Like, we can't just have some of these games get nothing.
I don't know, man. We can talk about that the big snub of the night, which is Spider-Man 2. Seven awards, no wins.
Yeah,
true.
Spider-Man was amazing, but at the same time, you want to talk about well, I guess no, actually, Zelda won. They won one because like that was kind of when that came out, everybody thought it was going to sweep the awards, like win everything.
Yeah, except for
But
me, because I knew it was trash.
yeah, it actually really wasn't. Like in hindsight, it really wasn't as good as it kind of showed up to be.
Yeah.
But Breath of the Wild still slaps.
All right. So the next category. Sorry, guys, just brain fart. The next, the next category.
Again, man,
Getting worried about that
looking down the
sock
barrel
beer.
of a sock beer. Yeah,
I know, guys.
honestly, that make any butt pucker.
It's really, really bad.
Especially because I'm gonna go for a run before I FedEx that sock.
So the next category is best art direction. I chose Super Mario Wonders. You both chose Alan Wake 2, and the winner went to Alan Wake 2. God damn it!
Yeah, it was.
It's all right,
Honestly,
gentlemen.
after watching this game show, it made Alan Wake 2 jump up higher on my list of games to buy.
Yo, I want it so bad, man.
Absolutely.
Again, both with Alan Wake and with Baldur's Gate 3. If it was physical, I do truly believe I would have a copy right now.
Yeah, we would have, even if we bought one between the three of us and passed it off.
If
Like,
if
yeah, like a
Alan
new
if
and
Alan
maiden
Wake
privilege.
goes on sale for Boxing Day, I will buy it. No, like even if it like drops like $5, I think I'm still gonna pick it up.
There is a physical Alan Wake, right? This is just a Baldur's
No,
Gate,
only
right?
only digital.
No way.
Yeah. And
Honestly,
same with Baldur's.
It's for smaller studios. I guess you save so much money by doing it that I get it, but at the same time, it is so nice just to have a physical copy of a game.
It's the library.
Not to mention, like, for Baldur's Gate, it also kind of made sense because they could do the updates. Like they could make it so if something was broken, they just fix it permanently, so someone doesn't have to go back and play it or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah.
There's some
Yeah.
logic in different sides, but cost, like the money saving to them is good, but the money saving or cost to us sucks.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah.
Do you guys think we're in the next 10 years, physical games as a whole, dead?
Yeah, probably.
I hope not, but it's definitely the direction they're trying to take us in.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I'm with you. Either way.
Getting
like-
rid of discs and wires.
But it gets to the point then where you almost need an external hard drive for all this shit.
Yeah, considering that the PS5's hard drive is not super big.
Oh yeah, it's definitely
Right?
not like you're not storing everything to be played right at that moment. It's just your library. But again,
But what
there's
if you wanna
been
pop back into a
plenty
game?
of
You gotta delete stuff and put it back in, and
yeah. No,
man,
I'm with you, dude. I'm
give
with
me
you.
a
I'm
disc.
I'm definitely not arguing that fact. I think it's the fact of like we've talked about a million times of people buying things, quote unquote buying things. But
Yeah.
then the license goes up and now it's no longer on the platform, and you know what I mean? It's like, well,
Games
Yeah.
should be
go fuck
NFTs.
yourself. Yeah.
Own your
Exactly.
assets.
Either way,
Then I rented it. Yeah.
continuing on, gentlemen,
Yeah.
we are down to the
Mhm.
last three categories, and it is looking grim for your boy. So,
Oh, buddy, how
Okay,
many are you down?
Brandon is at 12. I'm at 11. Mike is at 8. Still a chance.
Actually, no, didn't you say there's 3 more categories?
Yeah, but he can catch up to me.
He can catch up to you, but he can't catch up to me.
Yeah, so you're fine, but I can
So
still
I'm
drink
now
fucking
officially
sock beer.
safe from the sock beer.
Fuck.
But then if you guys tie, we should establish
wait,
these
Eric,
rules
how many?
now.
Wait, sorry, Eric, how many am I
I'll
down
take the left
from
sock.
you? Am I down by one or two?
You're down by 3.
Oh, then no, it's over. It's
Well, you can still. So if Eric
Why
gets
did you
the
vote
next
for
3
Hi-Fi
wrong,
Rush?
no. So the final two, we all voted the same. So I got one left on in my team.
Oh.
All right, guys.
Let's go
So
through 'em.
Let's
thank
sweat it
you,
out
all
together.
of the beautiful listeners. This has been the end of Growin Up Gaming as we know it. It has been a pleasure. I'm going to be coming back with my own podcast called Indie Love, but it's gonna be without Eric and
And
Brandon.
the first episode will be filmed with a sock beer chug.
Relax.
100%.
All right, guys, let's finish this off. All right, so best
Mhm.
best narrative. So I went with Alan Wake. Brandon, you went with Spider-Man. Eric, you went with Baldur's Gate, and the winner goes to Alan Wake 2. Let's go, Mike.
Oh, fuck. Hey, maybe you'll come up.
No.
Damn.
No.
Damn.
And basically, all right. So the next two awards,
Mike.
so best game direction and then best game of the year. So all three of us for both of these categories went with Baldur's Gate 3. So for best game direction, the award went to Alan Wake 2. Congratulations.
Amazing. Like,
Yeah,
Alan
Remedy,
Wake got
man.
so many awards.
Dude, it's
Yeah.
supposed to be crazy. I'm actually really excited to play it.
Again,
we're
the
gonna catch
first
it.
one was good, but not so good that I would have thought 2 would have been this good, you know?
Yeah, like it
That was
was
such a
That
Brandon.
made
That was
sense.
such a Brandon. That was such a Brandon statement.
But like
'Cause
the
I'm
first
drinking
one was
beer tonight.
like a slow burn, like it was a cult classic of a game.
Yeah.
And then it was one of those things where Alan Wake 2 was kind of like rumored, it was like stuck in purgatory. Like, yeah, it'll never come.
Yeah.
Like, we're never
Half-Life
gonna
3,
get it,
yeah.
but everybody wants it. And then all of a sudden now it comes out and it just crushes awards. Like
Yeah.
it's amazing.
The only thing that worries me about Alan Wake 2 is, again, with all the reviews and all the articles I've read about it, everyone keeps saying that you should go back and play both Alan Wake 1 and Control. And it's like,
Oh,
I really want to
Oh,
play Alan Wake 2, but I don't.
but why Control?
is Control in the same universe?
Buddy, welcome to the Remedy MCU.
Also, like
Oh.
Remedy, so I played Control. It was it was good. It
Oh, I loved
wasn't
it.
Yeah.
like, yeah, it
Yeah.
was fun, but like, also I don't see how those are gonna tie together,
Well, Brandon, use
You
your
know what?
imagination.
I can see how they would tie together.
Like,
And if 2 gives me some more story on that, because I still remember Alan Wake 1, and I think I played it
I've
with
never
my
played it.
brother years ago, like, probably a couple years or the year that it came out even, which would have been, what, 2008, 2009?
I'm with you.
That sounds about right. It was on 360.
2010,
2010, yeah.
May 14th to be
We
exact.
were both living with our parents at the time, so yeah, that makes sense.
Either way,
So I can see how those would all tie in together. It would be fucking wild, but
Well, I guess like even if you just borrow parts of like the spatial complexities and like the anomalies of inside
the
that FBI
anomalies of
building
it,
in
yeah.
Control, where they don't have to be anything close, like they don't have to intersect. Like she shows up at one point or whatever, but it could just be this world is fucking crazy.
Brandon, you would love
Like
Alan Wake 1.
I've downloaded it many times. I've said I'm gonna play it many times. It's one of those things I just don't have. There's always a game that I want to play
buddy,
that I
with
have
your
in the backlog.
PlayStation Portal now, big
I
guy,
don't remember it
I
being that
know.
long.
just crush it on the can.
Yeah. Well, that could happen, but right now I'm playing RE4 and I
Oh, let's
am
go. I'm
I'm
so
like
excited
16
to
hours
oh,
in.
hurry up and beat it. I'm so excited to steal it from you. With all the shit I talked
Remember
about Resident Evil,
it was a
I'm
digital
oh yeah.
sale. We talked about this
Yeah,
already.
yeah, yeah,
It
yeah.
went on sale by like to 50% off digitally and I had no choice.
Okay. Next time it goes on sale, I'll also buy that too. All right, guys. Let's wrap it up. Okay, so game direction, we all got it wrong. And now for game of the year. Drum roll, please. The winner goes to the one and only Larian Studios. Congratulations, Baldur's Gate 3, and congratulations, Brandon, on your very first game of the game of the year,
Yes.
award-winning. Proud of you,
Oh,
sir.
buddy.
It's been years in the making. Brandon, give us a speech. How do you feel?
I just want to thank Mike for not believing in me when he chirped me last week, saying I never won one before. It gave me the strength and the power to do this and to email him a very, very detailed note to read while I watch him drink a sock beer.
Buddy,
That's what I
the
got.
playoff music has been going for
Stoked.
so long as you've been talking through your shitty speech.
Yeah, it wasn't good. I
You
had
didn't even
nothing
thank
prepared.
Eric. Thank Eric. Say thank you to Eric.
Don't.
And thank you,
Don't.
Eric, for
Oh, buddy.
contributing. Send me one of your socks. I'll layer them together, and then we can pour them through a double filtered, a nice little Palata Peacock blend, if you will.
It's a deal, buddy.
Disgusting. All
Let's
right,
see if
gentlemen.
Positive Possum can earn his fucking name after drinking that.
So, the winner of the Game Awards 2023 goes to Brandon. But is there any chance of a double or nothing for the Guggies?
No.
All right.
Ooh.
Too bad. I hate you guys. I hate you so much.
We still
All right.
gotta lock down the Guggies.
Yeah, we got to lock down the
what we're gonna do.
Guggies. We will figure out, I guess, on the next episode. I don't know. We'll figure out when I do the sock beer. We'll make it its own little thing. So
Okay.
that will be fun. I will do it. I will not back out of it because I ain't no bitch.
Nice.
And
Mhm.
I guess again, Brandon, congratulations, sir. I will raise this glass to you.
I shall raise this boot to you too.
So, gentlemen, that is everything for the Game Award bets. It was a crazy episode, and yes, I will drink the stock beer because
Yeah.
it is who I am. But Brandon, let's take us out of this one here. Next episode that we are going to be releasing are going to be the big announcements of the Game Awards. So, like, just when you thought the Game Award, the bonanza would not stop, we are right back with some more extravaganza bonanza. So, Brandon, take us home, fly the plane, and yeah, let's do it.
All right. In that case, then I guess we're gonna see y'all real soon in the next episode where we go into depth on all of the trailers and massive reveals that we got from this winter E3 event, aka not E3 because E3 event. Jeff Keighley working some necromancer shit on this season. But yeah, so next episode we'll be going in depth on a bunch of the fun trailers that came out, and hopefully we'll have some fun surprises because, like, honestly, it was wild. Like, it was
Crazy.
3.5 hours,
Wild.
the whole fucking show,
Crazy.
and maybe 45 minutes was spent on Game Awards. So, yeah, we'll see how that goes. Realistically, we'll find out in the next episode.
Thanks for
And
And-
is if that's where we're gonna land the plane, if this is it, no one else has any final words, then guess what, everybody? Thanks for stopping by. We'll see you next episode for the reveals of the great Jeff Keighley bonanza.